What's up, everyone? Thank you for hopping back on the Ghost Pod. I'm Anthony Polari. I'm here with Mike Valerio and our guest of the day, Mike Annucci. Mike is the founder and owner of the Hammers.
How you doing?
So, Mike, founder and owner of the Hammers, just want you to touch on kind of when the Hammers started, why you started it, and kind of the whole mission behind, why you came together, why you wanted to get the group of kids together that you did. Starting with your boys and then giving them a place to play and kind of where it took from there.
Sure. We started the Hammers in 2019. Me and Tony Saccone, Jeff Carpel, we all were friends. We all played ball together at different times in our lives growing up. We all had boys the same age that were 6 years old into 7, and just kind of looking around and seeing what travel baseball was and the coaching and a lot of the good players bouncing around. We wanted to make something better, more competitive, so that kids could stay where they were playing and grow together for our own sons and the kids that we put together. So we did that at 7 years old, and that team went on to do really awesome things. And from there, we had another team, and then a younger brother made a team, and it kind of spiraled into a much bigger thing. Was never the plan, but it was going well, so I guess it took off from there. But the goal was always just good competitive baseball, training hard, practicing correctly, and seeing the results. That's it.
So, talk about where we're at now, right? You talked about where we started. Now where are we? Where are we going? What's the future look like?
Well, travel baseball is extremely different right now than it was in 2019. Huge difference in the last few years, and the amount of baseball everybody wants. And I found that the way we did things in the beginning wasn't really enough to keep everyone happy. So it's more and more and more. So on that note, we have this partnership with PRD, which is great, and it's new, and it allows access to more coaches, which is very important, because the bigger you get, you don't want it to get watered down. You need good coaching, and also the ability to keep more kids who are at different levels at young ages, because just because one kid's not playing at this level at 9 or 10 doesn't mean we would like to keep them around and work with them and get them better, and have them play a competitive at whatever level they're at, because nobody knows what they're going to be by the time they get to high school. So the ability to do that and not have to turn kids away, and be able to keep more kids in the network, training together, practicing together, and building relationships together was the driving force behind the partnership. Plus, we don't really have anything set up for them when they get to the big field, which PRD does. So this kind of served both, and I do what I'm good at and what the Hammers does with the youth program, and it's been really good so far.
That's awesome. Now, a lot of, like you said, a lot of the partnership with PRD and Hammers is about the youth program, right? You guys not really having the infrastructure in terms of the older guys, so that's why we're helping each other. Right? You're taking care of the younger guys, we're taking care of the older guys. Talk about where you feel like you're going to be taking the youth program, right, for Hammers, for PRD, going forward.
Yeah, I think I'm excited about it. I mean, we have the ability now to create more teams, more levels. We have more coaches to do so. For my youth guys who coming in, now having a home in the Ghost Lab, a place to train, to do winter training. Everybody nowadays, all the kids, a lot of the kids who play for me, or play a pretty high level for a young age. They do hitting lessons and pitching lessons and speed and agility training, and for everyone to kind of be able to do all of that in one place. Winter training for us used to be a couple of weeks here, a couple of weeks there. It was very complicated, stressful to figure out. And now, I like them feeling like they have a home where they can train and everything's available to them there, which is, again, I still have young kids, so, I enjoy it as a parent as well. So I think, I try to look at everything through that lens. I want to do everything that's good for the kids, that works better for the family, so that I think is a great thing to build on for the youth program. We're able to train more together, a lot of different teams at the same age groups now, more coaches. So again, we just had our first fall, so lot of different things in place moving forward to keep building it up great for the kids.
So, so you kind of hit on coaching. Talk about the experience of coaching your kids. How does how does that make you feel on the field, off the field? How does that build the relationship for you guys?
Coaching my own kids.
Yes.
It's a very tricky thing to do. I love being on the field with my kids. It's definitely changed our relationship. I'm very close with my two sons, but it brings also a high level of stress in stressful games, and I'm competitive. I can be a little much. They can not enjoy sometimes being coached by dad, but overall, awesome experience. And I built the Hammers on dad coaches. I didn't have paid coaches, and I like the younger ones to have dads in the dugout. I think it's good for the kids, for them to be comfortable. And I'm a different coach and person since I had kids. And that being said, a lot of people don't want a dad coaching. So I think here we're starting to create a combination of a non-dad paid professional coach with a dad or two, so that the dad's not making too many baseball decisions. The practices are run by someone who knows what they're doing even better, but there's still dads there to help, and giving the opportunity for certain dads to share that experience with their kids, which is important to me.
Definitely. Now talk about, you touched on why you started the Hammers, touched on the partnership, touched on coaching your kids. Talk about the Hammers culture, right? What you started and how that's also going to blend with, the youth program that we have here at PRD, like how that's all going to come together now, doing a fall together, but going into the spring and then the summer here.
Yeah, it's well, when we started it, I will say that the people who play for the Hammers, the families and the kids, from the teams that we started, our original team and some of our new teams, is a really great culture of loyalty and like a bond and pride in the Hammers, you know what I mean? And the Ghost has the same thing on their side. So, taking pride in the team and the teammates and the families is how we started. My original team that became really great, we did everything together. The kids are best friends, and as they get older, some kids will move on, and that's just the natural course of things, but I know that they will be friends forever. For example, me and Tony played travel baseball as kids together, didn't see each other for years, and you'd run into each other, and it's, you're friends, like forever, and that's what I wanted to create. So a lot of hours went into it when they were younger, and now Ghost has their culture, and, trying to blend that, which will take time, but I know that I'm very passionate about what we're doing. Everybody here is, so I do think it's going to work, and like anything else, there's going to be bumps and it'll take time, but I want the Ghost families to be proud to be part of the youth program with the Hammers, and the Hammers families be proud of the youth program with Ghost, and it's all together, and so far it's went really well. Guys like yourselves who I've had the chance to kind of work with, it's been going really well. I'm excited about it.
I kind of want to talk about your journey a little bit in the baseball world, because we joke about it all the time, and you come into the office now and you're like, never would you have thought, like, from coaching your son's travel team to now you're on podcast talking about travel baseball, you're with Pat talking about travel baseball, you're looking at a big whiteboard with players, and you're looking at the business side of things, and it's just pretty amplified. Like, talk about that experience, what that's been like.
It's bizarre. We started the Hammers years ago, and it was just there was 4 or 5 of us that started it together, and the goal was one team. It was to make a great team for our kids and bring in other kids that were friends of theirs, that when we practiced a lot. I mean, there was no goal beyond that. Once it got going, we were like, hey, it'd be great to have a team for Tony's younger son and my younger son, and hopefully we're like, hopefully this is still going by then. Like, we didn't know. I think we did a pretty good job, and there was a lot of people who wanted to be part of it, and that's how it little by little grew. And now to be, here, part of something that's way bigger, and just even being small part of it, and being able to be part of running the youth program here, I love it. I mean, I enjoy it. So, I spend a lot of time talking to parents and figuring out the right things for teams. And one thing I've learned is you cannot make everyone happy. But, I definitely spend a lot of time doing my best to make sure kids are in the right spots. They're not always in the right spots. Sometimes you have to make adjustments. It's part of it. But I enjoy the process of it. I enjoy being part of it. I really do. And it's kind of crazy to, be talking about other things like national tournaments. Like, these things were never in my mind. When we were starting the Hammers, and it was never part of any of our plans. It was very small to us,
For sure.
to make this one team. And I do, it's a testament to the kids and the families from our original team, because they were so awesome, and those kids worked really hard. Those families were extremely dedicated, and that team did some pretty incredible things that brought a lot of attention to them, and it's really a testament to them that all of us, me and anyone from the Hammers in this position, is from that original group of kids. So I would definitely like to thank all of them for sure.
Yeah. And we want to thank you too coming on. I mean, I've really enjoyed our conversations that we've had, the passion that you bring to coaching youth sports. Sometimes I feel like everybody wants to coach the 17-year-old that's going to Vanderbilt, or it's going to get drafted. It's kind of overlooked, maybe like the youth, coaching the youth, and your passion for it definitely trickle down to all of us as coaches, and we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, and it is, to me, overlooked.
Yeah.
And I think invaluable. Like, I always took a lot of pride in the kids who played for us when they went to Little League or All-Stars or middle school tryouts. The kids who played for us, I felt like stood out. And just because they were hard workers and we put a lot of time in. And if everyone put that much attention and emphasis on the youth, they would have a better chance at success when they're older, right? That's the goal. So,
Mike, thank you for hopping on. We appreciate it, and look forward to growing this thing even more.
Appreciate it. Thank you.